this is crazy to me too, still just mind blowing. She was there on January 6th. She did not go anywhere near the Capitol, did not do any of that, but she was there reporting for her job. And then she's on the way home on a flight, and they're like, hey, sorry, she was on a connecting flight. She got stopped in Dallas. They were like, nope, sorry, you're getting kicked off the flight. You're on our terrorist watch list.
Holy crap.
And she's like, for what? And like, well, January 6th stuff. I'm like, but that was literally the day after. I'm like, how the heck?
All right, guys, straight off the Aiden Ross Trump stream, we got the man who put it together. Thanks for coming on, Bo.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, the way Trump was just in such a good mood. They talked about, I mean, of course they talk about policy and important things, but the way Trump was just totally laid back. It hardly felt like he was interviewing a president. It was like he was interviewing his best friend, you know. Right. It was cool. He gave him a Rolex and a custom Trump wrapped Cybertruck. It was insane. It's everywhere. It's so viral all over Twitter. I put out a tweet about it. Buddy of mine, Alex LaRusso, retweeted it. Elon Musk commented on that tweet. It was just insane.
It all happened so fast too. It was like a few hours ago.
Yeah, it's been a crazy
2 million
day.
live views, you said, right?
Yeah, so I think it was about 1 million live viewers, and then I think it grossed about 2 million. So
holy crap.
Crazy. And then of course it's trending on Twitter. It's just everywhere.
Yeah, that's incredible. You're a genius for putting that together, because I think he's so comfortable. He doesn't feel like he's being attacked on that platform.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like it needed to happen. You know, we need the young votes, and not everyone is as interested in politics as I am at a young age. But I think having people like Aiden Ross, who's really big with the younger audiences, it's great. And he was able to go on there, talk about policies, get people to like actually be interested in it and learn about it. And so it will impact the election ultimately. And I think it's good. It's a lot better than like Kamala Harris having Megan Thee Stallion twerk on her at her rally, you know. So
she's on TikTok now.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
Damn.
I mean, Trump's on TikTok too. I mean, he's blowing out her audiences.
I love it, dude. How'd you get involved at such a young age? Like, you're 19, right?
I think it's definitely stems from parents as well. My parents are super politically involved. My dad's a former state senator out of Missouri. My mom is, she actually hosts a show on Real America's Voice, and she's been doing this for years and years and years and years. She defended the president. She was on his national media advisory board.
Nice.
Defended him on TV, CNN, all the big ones. So, I mean, it just kind of trickled down onto me. I was interested in it. I was like, oh, whatever. It's always fascinated me. I think it's important because it's how we live.
Right.
You know, politics is literally everything. It's most people overlook it. I feel like, you know, it's literally everything though.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I didn't care about it until probably Trump's first term.
That's fair. And I can't blame you for that. I mean, Trump made it entertaining. You know, he took it to like a WWE match kind of thing. You know?
No, that first one against Clinton was legendary.
Oh yeah. What do you say? It's just awfully good we don't have someone with the temperament of Donald Trump because he'd be in jail. You know, he got up there on stage. He let everyone know who was the boss. He let us know that he was going to run this country, not like some crappy politician. He was going to run it like a business and make it thrive. And that's exactly what he did with our economy and stuff. So I again, adamant supporter of him day one.
Yeah.
You know, day one, I was like young. couldn't even comprehend what was
going on.
I was
11 back then.
I was like 11, 12. Yeah, it was young. But my mom's been supporting him since day one as well. So it's just been, he's a fighter and he has not let us down by any means. And
that's incredible.
I just hope we can get him back in 2024.
I really hope so, dude. I mean, I'd choose him over Kamala any day.
Well, the thing is, I thought with Kamala, I almost thought, I don't know why, I didn't watch her as much. I was like focused on Biden, whatever. But I thought she'd be a little more competent than Biden, but I think she might actually be less, which is really hard to say. But I mean, when you see her out there on stage and she's saying, oh, you know, grateful for our partnership with North Korea, and it was South Korea. Like, how do you mix that up? Like, she's going on trail and like they'll ask her like basic questions, you know, and she just can't answer it. Like things that your average citizen would know, or she'll just stumble. She'll get a name wrong. She'll say something crazy. I don't know how she does it, but she literally can hardly put the sentence together.
That's concerning. I can't believe how close these polls are, dude.
Oh, the poll. I mean, that's the thing too. The polls. I mean, now there's just a giant, cultish almost thing of like young girls who are like, oh, we need Kamala Harris. You know, I actually had a friend who I was scrolling social media, said she like reposted something at Kamala Harris's, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Are you tired of ordering on a menu in a different country only to be served snails? Why not actually speak the language and order what you want? That's where Babbel comes in. Speak like a whole new you with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that gets you talking. Wasting hundreds of dollars on private tutors is the old school way of learning a new language. Babbel's 10-minute lessons are quick and handcrafted by over 200 language experts, ready to get you talking your way to a new language in just 3 weeks. Because talking is the key to really knowing any language. Babbel's advanced speech recognition is like having a personal language guru in your pocket, massaging your pronunciation whenever you open your mouth. With Babbel, you can learn everything you need from vocabulary to culture while holding your own in conversation with anybody. All it takes is just about 10 minutes a day. It's designed by real people for having real conversations, and it gets you talking. I've been going to a lot of Spanish-speaking countries over the last few months, and Babbel has come in clutch. I now know how to order food and ask where the restroom is when I travel. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/social hour. That's 60% off at babbel.com/social hour, spelled BABBEL.com/social hour. Rules and restrictions may apply.
And she's like, oh, I don't know, she's a woman. And I'm like, okay, but that's not a reason to vote for someone, you know? If Margaret Sanger ran for president, you're gonna vote for her because she's a woman? No, that's a terrible person. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
so, that's not a good reason at all, to be honest.
You don't just vote for someone because they're a woman. And people do not look into her policy. I mean, she's a terrible, terrible past on crime, drugs, just everything. And it's like probably one of the worst possible candidates for the Democrats to put in. And I mean, RFK is someone like, that's someone who like puts up a challenge, you know.
100%.
He has some good policies. He's respectable, good past, and he does well on social media. He's good at reaching audiences and young people and stuff like that. And he tells us pretty upfront of what he's going to do and how he's going to run the country. That's good. But then Kamala Harris literally can't put a sentence together, and she's relying on female rappers to twerk on her stages to get votes.
It's terrible.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, RFK would be my second choice, actually.
Yeah, RFK, he's good. My only issue with RFK, he actually used my Twitter not too long ago to kind of take shots at Trump because I put out a video of Trump talking about pharma and what he's going to do against it and stuff. And RFK was like, oh, he's parroting me and whatever. It was funny because the clip was actually old before RFK was even running.
Oh, okay.
But it was funny. But he responded to that tweet saying something like Trump's copying him. That's my issue with RFK, though, because he's really good on that. He's really good on some other things. But my issue is that he kind of lists his main policies, the ones he knows will bring in support and traction. Yeah. But he kind of leaves out some of the other things. You try to bring up abortion, stuff like that, he's kind of quiet about it. And so for Trump, he's very public about everything, and I like that. RFK is only public about a few things.
I feel that.
He doesn't talk as much about everything that needs to be talked about. So
that's a good point. Yeah, Trump will cover. If you ask him anything, I feel like he'll answer it.
Yeah, he'll answer it. He'll tell you exactly where he stands, no matter what your opinion is. I mean, a lot of people, there's a lot of people who think he's in the middle on Israel-Palestine, but he's very pro-Israel, and he'll say it flat out, and whether people like to hear it or not, he doesn't care. So
yeah, I mean, just speaking out the crypto.
He's not, but that's good too. Even with him, though, he's so in the middle as well. He's totally for Israel, but he's not for the death of anyone. So he's going to end the war regardless. Right. And the war would have never happened if he wasn't president to begin with. So, yeah.
Well, he's anti-war in general, which is great.
Oh, you know? He was one of the first presidents in years to have no new wars under his presidency.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, zero. And he took out al-Baghdadi, and I mean, the dude just freaking killed it as president. He made peace with every nation, stepped forward into North Korea. I mean, things that have never been done before by any president in American history.
Yeah,
so.
He was fixing stuff with China. You know, he was really, our enemies were almost allies when he was president. It was crazy.
I mean, they were almost his buddies that would call up on the phone and say, hey, don't fight that person. you know, don't pick a war. So, I mean, he was a president for peace. He was a president for business, for success for our country. And he did an incredible, incredible job.
Crazy. Were you at that rally in PA?
I was not at that rally. I was at the one right before it in Miami. Wow. And that's actually the first time I took Aiden Ross there so we could meet Trump. So we did a little backstage thing, got a photo, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that was a great time. And it was just so crazy because that was the rally right before the PA one. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm driving. I actually had to go out to California. And that's the thing. I feel like this kind of made it very clear that you can come live in America, free access, but you just got to vote for this party.
Right.
And
that's like a hot take, even saying that.
I mean, it's a hot take, yeah. But it's something my dad's been trying to combat for years. I mean, before the election was even stolen, people knew it was that big of a deal. My dad's been combating this for years.
Really?
Yeah. So, he did a lot of work on it when in California, and he was working on it then. And then actually we had like 2 laws passed by Governor Jerry Brown to kick my dad out of the state.
Holy crap.
Because of all the conservative work he was doing there. So it was
out
crazy.
Of Cali, he kicked him out?
Out of Cali. So that's why we're in Florida now.
Damn. But, that sounds like a Cali thing to do.
It is a Cali thing to do. I mean, California's so in the dump. I mean, I love the place. We lived there. We were right on the border. It was great. It was beautiful. But now, if you go back, it's just not even the same. They let Mexico dump their sewage in our oceans. I don't even know if you
Holy
know that.
crap, no, I didn't know that.
And so if you try to go there, famous surfers have died right there on the beach because the water's so toxic.
Jesus.
So they're putting up signs weekly saying, "Oh, sorry, there's more stuff in the water. You can't swim."
Yeah.
And some professional surfers just didn't listen to that. Like, no, it's my passion. And then they died. So it's crazy. But the smell. Mass with the smell in the streets of people
peeing and
do whatever on the street, and then mass with the smell coming from the ocean. So like literally where I used to live, it was close enough to the border. It just smells like a sewage.
Oh my gosh.
Like 24/7. Like I literally can't go back there. It's awful.
Dude, the homeless out there is rough.
It used to be so great too. I mean, we used to wake up early sunrise, see dolphins jumping. It was so beautiful.
Wow.
Now, you go back, you're not gonna see anything like that.
Dude, that sounds like a movie scene right there.
It was a movie scene.
Where was this?
That was, we were on the beach in a nice condo in Imperial Beach, California.
Crap. Well, Miami ain't too bad,
Diego.
so at least you're here now.
yeah, no, it's nice. I like Palm Beach too. I see some dolphins. I might have to go for a little jet ski ride to see some, but
and at least you're in a right state now too.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love being here. I love Florida, and I think Florida's definitely in a good direction with DeSantis and stuff like that. I want DeSantis to stick to Florida. I want him to try to run for president. Not yet. Maybe he can prove himself a little more, but he's doing good things in Florida. I think Florida overall is just so conservative. I mean, I go out in the street and there's just tons of support everywhere. Random rallies, boat parades. I don't even know if I've seen the boat parades. I actually have one coming up. I think it's like August 12th or something.
Boat parade?
Yeah, it's a Trump boat parade.
What?
So it's a parade of massive yachts and boats all going down. I think this one's going from Jupiter Inlet to Peanut Island. And it's going to be literally, it could be like 500 boats.
Holy crap.
Filled people. I mean, these things are massive. You'll see it on the news. Well, actually, the news tries to cover it a little bit. You can see it on my Twitter or wherever else. But, I mean, they're massive. And there's been ones with like thousands of boats. And then there'll be like the one guy with his little, Biden 2024 sign in the kayak. But other than that, there's literally a massive boat parade.
That's wild.
All boats just with Trump flags, American flags, and it's so patriotic. And it's just a fun time. And that's the kind of things you see in Florida very often. I've attended like a few, like 2 or 3 now. And it's just awesome.
That's cool.
That's Florida. That's Florida for you.
Yeah, I'm going to come out here more though, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, there's a thing too, that even though I was just in California, that's what I was talking about originally when the PA happened, the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
I was going out there to do a debate panel. I don't know if you guys know the YouTube channel Jubilee, I think it's called.
Yeah, Jubilee, yeah.
I went and did a debate panel.
I've been on there, actually.
You've been on there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
It got deleted, though. I'll tell you why after your story.
Oh, that's crazy. So I went on there to a Trump versus Biden supporters debate. And so it was solid. Everything was good. But I was driving through the Beverly Hills, and it was just on my Twitter, Trump shot.
Holy
no
crap.
way. So I mean, that was crazy for me.
Did they air that one?
What do you mean?
Did they air that episode or did they axe it?
They aired it.
Okay,
I'm surprised. But the thing is, because it was posted a little bit after Biden dropped out, so I was like, I don't know. So they changed the title to Trump, or to just Republicans versus Democrats. But, it was good. It was good. It was a good debate. I think we absolutely crushed them. I think they had some very smart people on there, mainly one smart person, and they didn't let him talk.
Was it Destiny?
No, it was not Destiny. His name is I'm Really Important on Twitter.
I haven't heard of him.
But he's good. And he's smart, and they didn't let him talk. So I'm like,
why didn't they let him talk?
I don't know. They were just too wrapped up in what they were saying. So like if they would have let that guy talk, they would have had a much better chance. But in terms of the actual debate, it did not look good.
Dang, it's cool to see you acknowledge that someone on the left could be smart, though.
Oh, he was very smart. No, I'm saying that guy knew he could list direct policy. You could have a conversation. I had a conversation with him actually, like right after we did the whole interview, and he was a really stand-up guy. We were talking. I think I actually changed his mind on something. He kind of made me think about something.
Wow.
We were having progressive conversations. You can't really do that with the other guys.
See, that's
I would love a lot of things in there. Trump does not like a lot of things in there, so it's not going to happen. I don't know why they try and spew these things as almost like a rage bait.
right.
But it's not even happening, so I don't know why they talk about it so much.
I mean, you know all the things you're going to say at this point. They're going to mention the storm capital.
Yeah, January 6th.
January
Oh my gosh.
That's like their big argument.
I mean, the thing is with January 6th, even though all of it's just one big scam, like everything they tried to use against them, because even January 6th was just a big scam. The Capitol Police were letting people in the Capitol, regardless of whether it was staged or something. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. But I mean, when I have guys, this one girl I know, she's really great. I don't know if she wants to be mentioned, so I'll leave her name out of it. But her husband is currently in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And has not been let out, has been allowed minimal contact at all. And these people aren't even like hardly getting on trial. Like they're just getting nothing, and they're just stuck in a prison
jail
cell.
right now? That was like 3 years ago.
Still in jail. And here's the thing, because here's what he did. He didn't go to the Capitol. He wasn't planning to go to the Capitol. What happened was he had buddies telling him, hey, someone just got shot. Come help this person. He went and helped that person. And because he's a former chief of police, and he went and helped that person, and they marked him as a terrorist for entering the Capitol because he went to go help someone, save someone's life because no one else was.
No way.
So like stuff like that's disgusting to me. And my own mother, actually, this is crazy to me too. Still just mind blowing. She was there, on January 6th. She did not go anywhere near the Capitol. Did not do any of that. But she was there reporting for her job. She's a TV reporter for a news network, Real America's Voice, and she has her own show. So she was just doing her show, doing her job, paid to be there, everything like that. And then she goes home after the crazy thing. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened?" It's a shocking thing. And then she's on the way home on a flight, and they're like, "Hey, sorry." She was on a connecting flight. She got stopped in Dallas, and then on the Dallas flight to go back here, they were like, "Nope, sorry, you're getting kicked off the flight. You're a terrorist. You're on our terrorist watch list."
Holy crap.
And she's like, "For what?" And like, well, January 6th stuff. I'm like, but that was literally the day after. I'm like, how the heck? She put on a terrorist watch list. And another one of her friends was also put on a list, and he didn't even go to January 6th. They just put him on there because he was her friend.
No way.
Crazy.
She can't even fly right now?
I don't know if she can. I know she's had to fly private since.
That's scary.
I don't know. I don't think she's even tried to fly commercial now.
Bro, that's scary because you can't even leave the country now unless you fly private.
So
which is expensive as fuck.
It's very expensive, and it's been rough for her.
Dude.
So when things like that happen, it just
beyond that, like
very suspicious.
I don't really believe in coincidences like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know if it was, I don't want to falsely state something, but it was BlackRock or one of those companies pulling out a massive chunk of stock. So stuff like that, it was just really suspicious.
Oh, I saw that, the $12 million short or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the day before too? It was some weird
the
timing.
day before, yeah.
Yeah, like that's...
it was a mistake, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's not
he said it was an error.
Yeah, multi-million-dollar mistake. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, super weird, man. When did you stop watching the media, the mainstream news?
I don't actually.
Oh, you never started?
I never stopped.
You still watch it?
I still watch CNN. I still watch MSNBC.
Oh, really?
I like keeping up to date with what they're saying.
Okay.
I mean, I will watch CNN and MSNBC, Fox News even. I don't even like Fox News, but I'll watch any of them to hear other people's perspective. Because, I mean, it's not all fake. They'll have good people on and they can talk about things. And there's some justice. Yeah, I watch everything. I want to hear every opinion, every perspective, and I want to make sure I'm getting the full truth. And if you watch enough, you can know you can decipher what you're getting out of it.
Interesting.
So if I hear 5 different people talking about the same thing, I can kind of decipher who's telling the truth.
And that's the problem with social media because it'll only show you the side you're on.
Exactly. That's why I do both. I do social media, but I don't want to be persuaded by my people either. So that's why I try and look at everything.
I noticed that with my life because I thought the Trump thing would be a landslide. And that's because my feed is all pro-right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And so did we all. I mean, the voter fraud thing was a very surprising thing to a lot of people. And when that happened, it just took everybody by surprise.
Yeah. I really hope they don't try it again, dude.
Me too. I don't know, but what got you interested into politics originally?
Dude, honestly, it was because he was so funny that first term. I was not in at all, like never voted and nothing. And just him against Clinton and to see his come up, because he was the bottom of the Republican candidates when he first entered.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even favored to win the Republican.
Oh yeah, they were saying, it's over for Trump. He's not even going to be the running mate. He's nothing. He's pathetic. He's not going to make it.
No, I was rooting for him, man. I was a huge fan of The Apprentice and stuff. So my
mom was laughed at for saying that Trump is going to be the Republican nominee, and they're like, and that he's going to win the presidency. Again, saying that from such an early stage, everyone was literally laughing at her, Republicans and Democrats, and she's like, well, you wait. And there you go. He took it by a landslide. But that's the thing too, is I feel like Trump's support is almost doubled. And that's why if they steal it again, you just know it was stolen, because there's no way he doesn't win. I mean, people back then being a Trump supporter was almost like being gay in the 1900s or something. Like you had to be closeted about it. You had to lie to your friends and your neighbors and stuff. So, but now it's so supported and people aren't afraid to anymore. I mean, when I was in California for that interview doing the PA stuff, whatever, I mean, I went past a Cybertruck that had a custom Trump wrap and he had Trump flags and stuff on it and whatever. And I was like honking at him and saying, yeah, what's up, man? Whatever. And then I get a message from that guy later on today, and he was following me on Instagram. Wow. He had previously been following me on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
No, that's dope. That's so true, though.
Some random dude on the California road. And I was going through California all around with a MAGA hat, and people were giving me thumbs up, complimenting it, whatever, coming up to me in Cali. So I'm saying, like, it's the common thing now. It's the new norm. And there's also so many people hopping on the bandwagon because they see what's going on. They're actually opening up their eyes. Right? You can lie to a certain extent, but when you can't get on a stage and give a proper speech, and neither Kamala nor Biden can do that, people are going to start waking up.
I think that attempt was like the final straw for a lot of people too. Yeah,
exactly. And it was so crazy. I don't know how quickly they turned on Biden after the debate.
So quick.
Like, as if that was news of him being incompetent. Like he had been acting like that. He's had dementia. That was the thing. And so it was normal. Everyone was like, oh, this is such a shock. It's not a shock. Like, we've known this.
We've known for years. That's my problem with Kamala, because she knew the whole time.
Oh, she knew. And she's just never been good. She's never been respected. She's never done anything amazing. She says she's in sense. And that's the other thing too, like Aiden Ross, this guy, he brought Trump on stream, and sure, Trump didn't really know this was going to happen, but he gifted him a Rolex and a Tesla and stuff. Aiden, if you think about it, hypothetically was almost paying Trump to be on his stream, in a sense. Mm-hmm. But then it's the complete opposite. Aiden was exposing that Kamala Harris is paying rappers to support her. I mean, she's paying people to support her. It's just pathetic.
Oh, she paid Meg.
Yeah, she paid Meg and she paid Quavo. And wow. It's crazy. And Aiden just exposed all this on his stream. He was like, dang, she's paying these people. And that's another way you can decide with a party. When Trump has people that are genuinely so fired up and supportive of him, he doesn't have to pay them to support him. Right. They just want to because he's a good guy and he's on the right side.
Yeah, the left has always gone after music industry, hip hop and rap, because they have so much influence.
Yeah, with Taylor Swift and stuff like that. I mean, it's been their thing to pay people. And I think that's why so many celebrities, I mean, something I've noticed, I've met a lot of, and I'm sure you get a little bit of this too. I start meeting more and more celebrities and people like actors. Yeah. And they're like, love Trump, would love to say that I love Trump, but I just can't. I get that all contracts daily. No, exactly. And again, I would love to name drop because you guys are like mind blown if you guys knew some of these people, but I'm talking massive, like the latest movie you've seen, that was just absolutely massive, like a Deadpool 3 or something. Yep. One of those lead actors or actresses loves Trump's, and they can't say it because
they'll lose too many brand deals.
It wouldn't have been in that movie.
Yeah, they'll lose movies, sponsors.
So yeah, no, it's absurd, and I would love for them to just have that right. But if they do it, they end up like John Voight, who's lost all his contracts. Right. John Voight's a good buddy of mine. He's still doing movies, luckily, because there's more conservative networks and stuff like that. And he's kind of just, he's too good of an actor not to put in movies. Yeah. He's a legend. But people like him just losing their deals, and I don't know. I think there's hope because I think we're taking a lot of it back. I know there's a great movie coming out soon. It's Reagan, and it's got Dennis Quaid playing Reagan.
I'm pumped for that one.
That one will be really, really big. I've been promoting it on my social media. It's awesome. I can't wait for it. And it's got an all-star cast. It's got some guys you would know from like Disney and old 80s movies and stuff. It's really good. But I think there's more awakening with stuff like that. And Sound of Freedom destroying the box office. Movie. And it was a great movie.
I had the producers on the show.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, those are great guys. So, I mean, yeah, stuff like that. I feel like there's a little bit of hope. I feel like we're getting to a better place. But it still worries me when you see these people that just can't even speak about it.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten to the point now, finally, where the average person can speak about their views for Trump and not totally be worried about getting shot. But now we have these celebrities that can't do it. And we're still working on that. And some of them are doing it. So I think with enough, we'll be able to. But they also have to, like for Hollywood, you got to have alternatives because it's run by liberals. So if you voice your support, you're done. So
yeah, Amber Rose was a big one.
Amber Rose was huge. Yeah, she spoke at the RNC. RNC was great. That was fun. It was good. It was emotional. People were like crying.
I was crying. I wasn't even there.
Yeah, I know. Seeing Trump come out with the patch on his ear, people were emotional.
Yeah, he seemed like a changed man, that speech.
I don't know. I was going there. I had been a day late because I was in California at the time and had to do that interview thing and flew out for it. But I flew to the RNC and I was stuck outside with security, and like some of those guys were crying. Whatever.
Oh, they didn't let you in?
No, because the thing is they lock it down pretty big in Secret Service. But I didn't argue either. I could have argued. I could have made a big deal out of it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't about me. So I just sat there outside, like literally in the rain, just like crying with these security guards, watching Trump go out.
You'll never forget that moment.
No, never. And my mom was inside and she was watching, and she was like in the friends and family section. That was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he's just an incredible man. And
That's
I mean, to take all of this and not give up. I mean, I would have long given up.
He doesn't need to do this, you know?
No, not at all. I mean, to take a bullet now. I mean, first it started off with, he's taking an impeachment. He's taking all the hate of losing his Hollywood friends and all that stuff. And then he's getting indicted. He's having his children attacked, his home raided. Now he's taking a literal bullet. I mean, people say, I would take a bullet for you. He's literally taking a bullet for this country.
And it was like a centimeter.
And that could have been the point too. When that happened, he could have just gotten down and said, this is too much, I'm done, and quit and dropped out. He could have done that. He could have totally done it. But instead, without even giving a few days notice, the guy stands up right then and there after it happens. It's this fight, knowing full and well. I mean, when you're in a state of shock like that, like I broke my arm a few months ago.
Yeah.
And, I was like all woozy. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, whatever. I could not comprehend what's even happening. It puts you in a very
shock, right?
Shock state, a state of shock, they call it. And Trump was in that same state of shock. He had all the right to just be like, okay, I got to get out of here. But he stood up there knowing it could be his last words. And he said, fight, like put his fist up. And that's why it was so powerful to people like even Mark Zuckerberg. Because those literally could have been his last words. And he didn't know where he'd been shot yet. He didn't know anything going on. And he knew those could have been his last words. And if that was what he was going to tell his people, his supporters to go fight, that was the last thing.
Iconic. Dude, to even see Mark speak positively about him is crazy.
Oh, yeah, Mark. And then Elon endorsed him. I think Elon was not supposed to endorse, actually. I think he said he's not endorsing this election. But when that happened, done.
Immediate.
Elon put it out. Immediate. I'm supporting.
And he's been left his whole life.
Oh, yeah.
He's never voted right.
Whole left. And now he's as far right as you can be. I mean, he's playing into conspiracy theories about the Secret Service as well, stuff like that.
Deep in it now.
I mean, he's in it. And again, like commenting on my tweet today, crazy. Dude is in it. He's an adamant supporter, and I respect it a lot out of him. It shows a lot about his character.
He's brave about him.
Yeah, very brave, because he is in that leftist controlled world. I mean, at least he's kind of escaped it enough when you're the richest man in the world.
And you own one of the platforms. That's the key for him.
Exactly.
If he didn't own one of the platforms, it'd be a lot harder.
Exactly. That's why he had to buy Twitter. I mean, people still call it stupid to this day, but I think it's just becoming more and more of a wise decision.
Dude, it just became the #1 most visited social media platform like 2 days ago.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. I have friends getting on Twitter that have never always thought it was a boomer thing and would never get on
No,
Twitter.
I'm on there. I used to never use that.
Me too. I stopped using it a long time ago. And then once Musk took it over, I'm on that every day. I'm tweeting.
Now the truth is on there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And people are doing their shows from there too, like Alex Jones, people like that.
Yep, Tucker.
Yeah, it's been massive. So I've been on there every day. I've had some pretty good growth recently.
Nice.
I've been like,
Yeah, you're starting to get out there, man.
really, yeah, on Twitter especially. I've had like 20 million engagements or
Holy
whatever in
crap.
the past few days. It's been.
You might have
really
to
good.
start your own show, dude.
I might. There's talks about that. We'll see about a future
Hell yeah.
podcast or show or something.
You're really
We'll
well
see,
spoken
but-
for your age, man, for real.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Likewise.
it's impressive.
What did you get started though? I'm curious about you.
Yeah, I started this a year and a half ago, dude.
A year and a half ago. You've grown a lot since then.
I know. Well, I made up for it with volume.
Yeah.
900 episodes
Yeah. It's crazy.
in a year and a half.
That's what you got to do. I mean, you got to push out those episodes.
Yeah, but
And
you've
that's
done
what you see Trump he's about to cram in 5 rallies this week. I mean, that's,
him and Vance, right?
Yep, him and Vance. So stuff like that brings in traction and people respect it. So it's good. But you had some great guests on.
Yeah.
I'm friends with the Cardones.
Oh, nice.
There's a great family.
Yeah, Grant was a great episode.
Liked that episode a lot. So I mean, yeah, and you had tons of awesome guests, and I think you should definitely continue to do that because
Thanks,
it's
dude.
going to bring in more and more traction.
Yeah, you would crush it. You're one of the best networkers I know, dude.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And networking, that's just kind of like a hobby for me.
That's
I
a side
enjoyed
quest
it.
for you.
It's a side quest, Yeah, I loved. I mean, now I'm thinking, how can I help Trump? How can I help his campaign? How can I work towards ending voter fraud?
Yeah.
Getting him support, whatever I can do. So that's been my focus. But I've always just liked the idea of meeting people. So that's kind of go meet people you don't want to meet to ultimately get things that you do want and meet people that you do want to meet.
No, that's why I respect you, because you grew up in a successful family. You could have easily gone down the lazy route and just chilled.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing too, is that even just coming from a successful family doesn't guarantee success by any means. And when you're Hunter Biden, I mean, he's guaranteed success, I guess you can call it. But I mean, when
financially,
when I can go on my phone in 30 seconds, pull up a video of him naked in a bed with a minor, I mean, that's not normal.
Jesus.
So that's the kind of things that's the other kind of routes you can also go down. And that's another great way to judge a person's or character is by their kids.
Oh yeah.
You could easily judge my parents' character because they have great kids. My siblings as well, especially my siblings. My siblings are all super impressive.
Nice.
And that's how you can judge my parents' character, but it's also how you can judge Trump's character because he has great kids. I mean, Eric is just awesome. Love Eric. He took up Trump's entire business, crushing it. I mean, the dude just works and works. He's a workaholic. He kills everything he does. Don Jr. is another great guy. He's really in the movement. He's speaking. I mean, that'd be a great guest if you get him on your podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to.
But he kills it, and he's going on and super politically active, and he's helping his dad raise the right kinds of money and putting his own finances toward things, and he's killing it. And so Trump just has great kids. Tiffany, Laura. All right, Laura's Eric's wife, but she's awesome as well. So I mean, it's great kids. Ivanka, his kids are awesome. They're all successful business owners, and they're working. And you don't see them on tape doing. Or you don't see them in bed with a minor. Like, you just don't see that kind of thing. You don't see them doing foreign deals in other countries, while their dad is vice president or president, like Hunter Biden did. So, I mean, again, that's how you judge a character.
Yeah. Does Kamala have kids?
I don't know, actually. I know the Obamas have kids, which are also really bad.
Oh, I didn't even know they had kids.
I think Kamala has a really bad niece or something.
Okay, I know Obama's brother hates him, and actually he's coming Malik's coming on the podcast. Yeah,
Malik, that's a good guest. That's a good guy.
I don't know what happened between them, but he does not like him.
He does not. He's all on the Trump bandwagon.
He's not even in the country.
I can't blame the guy. I mean, if it were my brother doing those things, I would send against him. At a certain point, you got to recognize corruption.
Dude, Obama got me. My dad voted for Obama, and I was supporting him. And then, he didn't really deliver on a lot of stuff he said, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Trump's, I don't know what it was. It was like his uncle or something like that, or something, or nephew is now being anti him for some reason or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, this is a big deal, but it's really not. That guy's clearly taking a paycheck. Malik is not. Malik's not even in America, and he's not living the wealthy life, but he's just standing up for what's true.
Yeah. Shout out to Malik, man, fighting the good fight.
Yeah, that would be a great podcast.
Can't wait for that. Bo, it's been cool, man. Where can people find you and see what you're up to?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram primarily. Bo Loudon. TikTok a little bit. I'm working on it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. TikTok. I've done TikTok a few times and they just kind of banned me. So it's like my final try. We'll see how it goes. It's going well, but mainly check Twitter and Instagram at Loudon, BOLOUDON.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, man.
My pleasure.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, see you next time.